it's Roxie with Roxie's Broadway Breakdown. Welcome back to my channel. And today I want to give you a couple of tips and tricks for choreography. There are all kinds of musicals, book musicals, jukebox musicals, etc. But within those musicals, sometimes there is a definite formula for the musical. The best example I can think of is some of those jolly old English musicals like My Fair Lady, Edwin Drood, Oliver, and within those there's always this sort of big town square number like Get Everybody Dancing on the Street. And I want to show you like a piece of choreography I just came up with, and I'm putting them to 3 different songs from those musicals to show you that sometimes they are so formulaic. The same piece of choreography just kind of falls within that same number perfectly. And then I'll explain what I'm talking about. Okay, so from Oliver, Consider Yourself. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. So, consider yourself at home. Consider yourself part of the family. We've taken you so strong. It's clear we're going to get along. All right, something like that. Let me take you to I'm Getting Married in the Morning, or Get Me to the Chapel on Time from My Fair Lady. So, I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Pull out the stopper, let's have a whopper, but get me to the church on time. See what I mean? It's kind of just rolling on in there with the same beat. All right, and from Edwin Drood, Off to the Races, off to the races, off to the races, off to the race we'll go. But where the chase is, off to the races, well, some of them seem to know. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I think I messed up the words there, but same thing. I mean, it's the same concept. It's the same beat. Off to the races, off to the races. I'm getting married in the morning. Consider yourself at home. It's the same kind of song. They usually come at about the same point of the show. Consider Yourself's in Act 1, but the other 2 are in Act 2. If you saw Spirited last Christmas, the musical version of A Christmas Carol with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds, they too had one of those big town square kind of jolly old English numbers, and the choreography had that same kind of feel. It was the number Good Afternoon, and it was like, good afternoon, ba-ba-ba-da-da-dun, ba-dun-da-dun-da-dun-da-dun-da-dun. I mean, what I'm saying is some numbers just scream for certain kinds of choreography. And I have choreographed Oliver, and if I were to choreograph Drood or My Fair Lady, it's not that I would take that exact choreography and, you know, just plug it into one of these numbers. But the style would very much be that same kind of style. I mean, obviously it'd be different cast, different sets, different everything. But it has that feel, and I know it has that feel. And I know there's just some numbers that call for certain steps. There's certain music that call for those certain steps, and you can just hear it in the music. The music tells you what to do. It's just like some numbers just scream for a kick line, or, you know, there's just, well, there's some numbers that are obviously just tap numbers, but there's some musicals or numbers that you can just hear it in the music. It's like, I can see where, you know, a big turn section's coming, or obviously if it's ballet, or, but they're very formulaic, and it's a certain kind of number. There's patterns and tones to a show. It's like there's upbeat numbers. You know where the torch song is going to be in the musical. And you could say, well, isn't that true for any musical, any genre, any period of kind of show? I mean, you could take like 60s shows. You could say, well, there's Little Shop, Hairspray, Bye Bye Birdie. Yes, let's look at that for a second. If you took Little Shop of Horrors, there's the song like, Little Shop Little Shop of Horrors, and there's You Can't Stop the Beat, and there's Honestly Sincere. Bum, 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 bum. I mean, they all kind of have that general beat, but Little Shop, the Ronettes sing at the beginning. Honestly Sincere, Conrad sings in the middle of the show to his, teenage fans, and You Can't Stop the Beat is the big finale number that the whole cast sings. They fall at different points of the show, and different characters sing them for very, very different reasons. And so they're not so easily like interchangeable and like different. I mean, it's 60s style choreography, but you can't easily just sub out. It's not the same feel. They're not big sort of chorus ensemble numbers that just kind of have the same meaning like those jolly old English numbers I was talking about. So you'd have to tailor very different choreography. I mean, a three-part number like the Ronettes is not a huge finale number at the end of like Hairspray. Totally different things. So that's what I'm talking about. When you're choreographing, you have to, I mean, it might be obvious, but you have to really listen to the music, take into consideration the style of the show, the genre, what you're trying to convey in the story, that kind of thing. But there are some numbers that are very, very formulaic, and it's just like, oh, we got one of those kinds of numbers in the show. I know where we're going with this number. All right, I hope that helped. I hope you liked that. Subscribe to my channel. Check out all my other videos, and I'll see you in my next.